Hello, my name is Brad Spinner, and I am going to be choosing a budget model for the current high school that I work for, Lafayette High School in St. Joseph, Missouri. Some of the things that I'm going to talk about when trying to make a decision on which budget model to elect to use. Some of these considerations based on our philosophy would be the economic climate in the city of St. Joseph, the available tax money that is allocated for a public school district, and fundraising capabilities and corporate sponsorships. The economic climate in St. Joseph, Missouri at the moment is not very good because we just failed to pass a tax levy that would have helped us to fund the school district. So at the moment, the tax money available is not a lot. In fact, there's going to be some significant budget cuts in the in the school district to make the tax funds that are available last longer, because we are currently using our deficit. We are currently in deficit spending for the last 3 years, and so significant changes are going to be made economically due to the climate surrounding St. Joseph and the St. Joseph School District. Our fundraising capabilities, we've always fundraised. It helped to supplement the tax money that was given to the school district, and we use the fundraising to purchase things that we want and that necessarily aren't needed, but what we want. Corporate sponsorships, we have a few corporate sponsors. We are a Nike school. We are a Powerade school. As far as those sponsorships are concerned, we do have some local sponsorships as well to help raise money for the athletic department. We put their advertisements on our scoreboard. We put their advertisements in our gymnasium to show that these sponsors are being recognized, and we are thankful for their sponsorship and their donation. Due to these considerations and our philosophy, I would choose the combination budget model. The combination budget model recognizes that we do still need tax support, and we are going to be receiving tax support, but it also allows for fundraising to supplement those tax allocations, because since we are going to be receiving tax cuts, or sorry, we're going to be receiving cuts because there are going to be less tax money, the need for fundraising increases, and we will also encourage corporate sponsorship, and we're going to develop current budgets and future budgets based on previous budgets and trying to see how they measure up from year to year. The objective of our athletic department is to provide an education-based athletics with a philosophy that Lafayette High School will educate the entire child, the whole child. We all know that as coaches and athletic directors that so many life lessons and education of life skills could be learned through sports and throughout sports, not just in the classroom. And so we feel that that is a major objective for our athletic department, is to encourage education-based athletics. Lafayette will fund programs to stay competitive. That means new equipment, new jerseys, to stay competitive, not only with other schools that we compete with on the field, but even in our district. We are a 3-district high school, and if we're going to encourage student athletes to come to Lafayette High School, then we need to provide an appealing option at Lafayette High School. We also want to increase numbers. This also comes from making our program an attractive option. The 3 high schools in St. Joseph, within the 3 high schools in St. Joseph, the public schools have open enrollment. So the more appealing and attractive you can make your high school athletic department to student athletes, the better off you're going to be, and the more likely you are to increase numbers. Finally, our objective is to graduate student athletes that will become productive members of society through the lessons that they learn as student athletes. Donations and the financial support we receive from the community, we're very grateful for any donation and financial support that we can receive from the St. Joseph community. However, when we do receive donations, we will report these donations to our downtown administration office and go through the proper channels to report the donations and the financial support. Once those donations have been approved, the funds will go to the General Athletic Fund and will be meted out based on need, and that need will be determined by a panel made up of administrators and coaches to decide where those funds are needed most. If a donation is earmarked for a very specific sport, for example, we had a donation earmarked for our high school baseball team, those donations will stay earmarked and be applied strictly to those sports that they are meant to be applied to. Moving on, we want to talk about how we're going to control costs. I would like to take the athletic department and use a 5-year average to determine current budgets, meaning take the previous 5 years, the average cost per year, and apply that to the next 5 years. Because uniforms, the most expensive item in a budget, are on a 5-year cycle. And that way we can include any uniform purchases along with the year-to-year annual cost of operation a sports program, and we will have an idea of what a budget needs to be from year to year based off of that average 5-year cost. Now, there are going to be some rare or unusual purchases. For example, if a soccer goal breaks, that is a one-time 10-year purchase, and it's going to be expensive. And these rare and unusual items will be purchased through booster clubs or through fundraising. My philosophy on outside funding is that it's necessary, and it has to happen, especially in the economic climate that St. Joseph is in right at the moment. There's not going to be any extra funds for the athletic department. So any outside funds that we can acquire, that would benefit not only the programs but the student athletes. Corporate sponsorship, very similar, is encouraged, and it helps to encourage community involvement as well. If we as coaches or administrators are going to the local community businesses and asking for support, that creates a bond between the high school athletics and the community. Fundraising, we expect each sports program to do some form of fundraising to help raise additional money, and we feel that having student athletes fundraise teaches social skills and promotes a total team effort, in the fact that we understand that we can't have a successful sports program without the help of other people, and being grateful for that help teaches a lifelong skill of gratitude. This is kind of an idea of where I would like to go with the budget at Lafayette High School and some of the ideas behind it. Thank you very much.